Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. My dear brothers and sisters in Islam, many of us carry a heavy burden every single day, not because of what is happening now, but because of what might happen tomorrow. We worry about our careers, our families, our health, our finances, and countless things that haven't even taken place. Our minds create endless what-if scenarios until our hearts become exhausted. But pause for a moment and ask yourself this question. If Allah is the one who created you, sustained you, protected you through every hardship, and never abandoned you before, why would He abandon you now? Think about your own life. There were days when you believed there was no way out. You thought the pain would never end, the problems would never disappear, and the doors would never open. Yet somehow Allah made a way. Sometimes the solution came from a place you never expected. Sometimes the hardship disappeared without you even realizing how it happened. This is a reminder that Allah has always been taking care of you, even when you couldn't see it. The Quran repeatedly reminds us that Allah is the best planner. His knowledge has no limits. He knows what happened yesterday, what is happening today, and what will happen years from now. Nothing escapes His knowledge. Not a single tear, not a silent dua, not even the worries hidden deep inside your heart. That alone should bring comfort, because your future is not being written by chance. It is being written by Ar-Rahman, the most merciful. It is being written by Al-Hakim, the most wise. It is being written by Al-Alim, the one whose knowledge is absolutely perfect. When we forget this reality, anxiety begins to grow. We start believing everything depends only on our own plans. We think if one opportunity disappears, our future is ruined. If one person walks away, we'll never be happy again. If one dream doesn't come true, life is over. But that is not how a believer thinks. A believer understands that Allah's plan is always greater than human imagination. Sometimes Allah closes one door because another one will protect your faith. Sometimes He delays your success because your heart isn't ready yet. Sometimes He removes certain people from your life because He knows what they would have brought into your future. What feels like loss today may actually be Allah's greatest mercy tomorrow. This is why trusting Allah is not weakness. It is one of the greatest signs of true faith. Trust doesn't mean sitting back and doing nothing. Islam teaches us to work hard, make sincere effort, improve ourselves, and continue making dua. But after doing everything we can, we leave the results with Allah, because only He knows what is truly best. Many people believe peace comes after getting everything they want. Islam teaches something even more beautiful. Peace comes from knowing that whatever Allah chooses for you will always be better than what you would have chosen for yourself. Once this belief settles inside your heart, something incredible begins to happen. Your fear slowly becomes hope. Your anxiety starts turning into patience. Your confusion begins transforming into trust. And your heart finally starts experiencing the peace that only comes from relying on Allah. So if today you're feeling worried about your future, if you're wondering whether your dreams will ever come true, If you're asking Allah when your hardship will finally end, remember this simple truth. Asterisk, the one who carried you through your past is already preparing your tomorrow, and Allah never makes mistakes. My dear brothers and sisters, one of the greatest traps of shaitan is making us believe that worrying somehow gives us control over the future. We convince ourselves that if we think long enough, prepare enough, or imagine every possible outcome, we can protect ourselves from pain. But the truth is very different. No amount of worry can add a single blessing to your life, and no amount of fear can stop what Allah has already decreed. Think about it honestly. How many nights have you spent awake because of something you feared? How many hours have you wasted imagining the worst, only to discover later that things turned out completely differently? Most of the fears that occupy our minds never even become reality. Yet they steal our happiness, our energy, and our peace long before anything actually happens. This is why Islam teaches us not to become prisoners of our own thoughts. Allah did not create us to live in constant anxiety. He created us to work hard, make sincere effort, and then place our complete trust in Him. There is a beautiful balance in Islam. You tie your camel, but you trust Allah. You make dua, but you trust Allah. You plan your future, but you trust Allah. You do everything within your ability, knowing that the final result belongs to Allah alone. This understanding changes the way you face every challenge. Instead of asking, what if everything goes wrong? Your heart begins to ask, asterisk, what beautiful plan has Allah prepared that I cannot see yet? Ask that single change in perspective can transform your entire life. Remember that Allah sees what your eyes cannot see. He knows the opportunities waiting ahead. He knows the people you haven't met yet. He knows the doors that are about to open. He knows the blessings that are still hidden from you. While you are worried about tomorrow, Allah has already planned every step of your journey with perfect wisdom. Sometimes we become upset because one opportunity disappears. Perhaps a job didn't work out. Perhaps a relationship ended. Perhaps a business failed. Perhaps your plans completely fell apart. At that moment, it feels like everything is over. But months or even years later, you often look back and realize that what you once called a disaster was actually Allah protecting you from something that could have harmed your dunya or your akhirah. Only Allah could see what you couldn't. This is why believers never judge Allah's plan based on a single moment. They know that every chapter is connected to the next. Every delay carries wisdom. Every hardship teaches something valuable. Every closed door prepares you for another one. Even when you cannot understand the reason today, trust that one day Allah may show you why things happened exactly the way they did. Until then, keep making dua. Keep improving yourself. Keep doing good deeds. And most importantly, never allow fear to become greater than your trust in Allah, because the heart that truly relies upon Allah can face any uncertainty with hope, knowing that whatever lies ahead has already been written by the most merciful, the most wise, and the best of planners. My dear brothers and sisters, Waiting is one of the hardest tests a person can face. We live in a world where everything is expected instantly. We want quick answers, quick success, and immediate results. So when life doesn't move according to our schedule, frustration slowly enters our hearts. We begin asking questions like, asterisk, Ya Allah, why is everyone else moving forward while I feel stuck? Maybe you've been praying for the right job. Maybe you've been asking Allah for a righteous spouse. Maybe you've been hoping for financial ease, good health, or relief from a hardship that has lasted far longer than you expected. Days turn into months, and months into years. Eventually, Shaitan whispers that your dues are being ignored, but nothing could be further from the truth. Allah never ignores the sincere call of His servant. Sometimes the answer is yes, sometimes the answer is not yet, and sometimes Allah has something even greater waiting for you than what you originally asked for. The difficulty is that we only see today's struggle, while Allah sees your entire future. Imagine giving a child something dangerous simply because they cried for it. A loving parent refuses, not out of cruelty, but out of love. In a far more perfect way, Allah knows what will truly benefit His servants. What you desire today may not be good for your faith, your character, or your future. So Allah delays it, not to punish you, but to protect you. Every delay has a purpose. Sometimes Allah is strengthening your patience. Sometimes He is purifying your heart. Sometimes He's teaching you to rely on Him instead of relying on people. And sometimes He is preparing blessings that require you to become a stronger version of yourself before receiving them. Think back to moments in your own life. How many times did you wish for something only to realize later that not getting it was actually a blessing? How many closed doors eventually led you to better opportunities? Those weren't coincidences. They were signs of Allah's perfect planning. This is why believers don't lose hope during delays. Instead, they continue making dua with confidence. They continue working hard. They continue trusting Allah's wisdom, even when they don't fully understand His plan, because they know one beautiful reality: Allah is never late. Asterisk, He is never early. He gives every blessing at exactly the moment it will benefit you the most. And when that moment finally arrives, you'll look back at every delay, every tear, and every unanswered question with a heart full of gratitude, realizing that Allah's timing was always more beautiful than your own. My dear brothers and sisters, one of the greatest misunderstandings we have is believing that silence means Allah has stopped listening. When days pass without seeing the answer we hoped for, our hearts can become heavy. We begin to think our prayers have gone unnoticed, but Allah never ignores a sincere dua. Every word you whisper, every tear that falls in sujood, every silent prayer you make while no one else knows your pain, Allah hears every single one of them. Not a single dua is ever wasted. The answer may simply come in a different way than you expected. Sometimes Allah gives you exactly what you asked for. Sometimes He delays it because the timing is not yet right. And sometimes He replaces it with something far better. something your limited vision could never have imagined. That is the beauty of trusting the one whose knowledge has no limits. Think about a child asking for something harmful without realizing its danger. A loving parent refuses because they can see what the child cannot. In an even more perfect way, Allah knows what will benefit your life, your faith, and your akhirah. There are blessings that seem beautiful today, but could become a source of regret tomorrow. And there are hardships that seem painful today, but eventually become the reason your life changes for the better. Only Allah knows the difference. This is why believers continue making dua even when they don't immediately see results. Because dua is not only about receiving, it is also about drawing closer to Allah. Every time you raise your hands, your relationship with your Creator grows stronger. Every heartfelt dua reminds your soul that you are never facing life's battles alone. Never underestimate what Allah can change overnight. A situation that looks impossible to people is effortless for the one who created the heavens and the earth. He can open a door that no one expected. He can replace sadness with joy. He can heal broken hearts. He can provide from places you never imagined. He can change your circumstances in a single moment if He wills. So never allow disappointment to stop you from calling upon Him. Even when your eyes cannot see the answer, even when your heart grows tired, keep making dua with hope. Keep believing in His mercy. Keep trusting His wisdom. Because every sincere prayer is heard by Allah. And when the answer finally comes, whether in this life or as a reward in the hereafter, you will realize that your Lord was taking care of you every single moment, even when you thought nothing was happening. Never stop asking, never stop believing, and never stop trusting the one who knows exactly what your heart needs before you even put it into words. My beloved brothers and sisters, life will always have moments of uncertainty. There will be days when your plans fall apart, when your heart feels heavy, and when you wonder why things are happening the way they are. These moments are not proof that Allah has abandoned you. They are opportunities to strengthen your faith and deepen your reliance upon Him. A believer's greatest strength is not that life becomes easy. It is that no matter what happens, his trust in Allah remains unshaken. Remember, every challenge you have already survived, every hardship you thought would break you, every night you cried yourself to sleep, every moment you believed there was no way forward, yet here you are today, not because you were strong on your own, but because Allah carried you through every single storm. If He protected you yesterday, if He guided you through your darkest moments, then why should you believe He will leave you alone tomorrow? He won't. Allah's mercy has always surrounded you, even during the moments when you couldn't see it. Sometimes His blessings appear as success. Sometimes they appear as lessons. Sometimes they come as delays, and sometimes they come as doors that quietly close to protect you from harm you never knew existed. One day, when you look back over your life, you'll realize that many things you once complained about were actually among Allah's greatest favors upon you. That rejection redirected your life. That delay strengthened your character. That hardship brought you closer to your Creator. And that unanswered prayer protected you from something you never understood. This is why true peace is not found in controlling life. True peace is found in surrendering your heart to Allah. Continue making sincere dua. Continue praying your salah with humility. Continue seeking forgiveness. Continue helping others. Continue improving yourself every single day. Then leave the outcome to the one who never makes mistakes. Never compare your journey with anyone else's. Allah writes every story differently. Someone else's success is not proof that you're behind. Someone else's blessings do not reduce what Allah has written for you. Your rizq has its own time. Your opportunities have their own time. Your happiness has its own time. And everything that Allah has written for you will arrive exactly when it is meant to. Not a second too early, not a second too late. So from this day forward, whenever fear enters your heart, remind yourself, my future is with Allah. Whenever anxiety returns, say, asterisk, Allah is enough for me, and He is the best disposer of affairs. Whenever life becomes difficult, remember, asterisk, the one who controls the heavens and the earth is also controlling every detail of my life. Hold firmly to that belief. Protect your relationship with Allah. Never lose hope in His mercy, and never stop trusting His perfect plan, because no matter how uncertain this world may seem, one thing will always remain certain. Asterisk, Allah's mercy is greater than your fears. Allah's wisdom is greater than your understanding. And Allah's plan for you is more beautiful than anything you could ever plan for yourself. May Allah fill our hearts with unwavering faith. Bless us with patience during every trial. Accept all our sincere du'as. Forgive our shortcomings. Guide us to the straight path and grant us peace in this life and the highest place in Jannatul Firdaus. Asterisk Ameen.